Grace be unto you and peace from God our Father and from the Lord Jesus Christ. I was glad when they said to me, let us go into the house of the Lord. And I'm Father Steve Sellers, and that is Dot. And this is our brief daily message of hope. Dot is doing much better today. The heavy thunderstorms that hit yesterday morning have moved on to the east, and now the east coast of the United States is experiencing that very rapidly moving and intense storm. I was thinking this morning about a wonderful song that Andrew Lloyd Webber wrote several decades ago for the Broadway musical Cats, and it's called Memory. Beautiful song. About memory. You know, I'm going to be saying Mass in just a couple of hours at a memory care facility. These are some of the most precious children on the face of the earth. These people, not all of them are old, but people whose memories are fading rapidly. And they're precious to the Lord, and they're precious in my ministry too. And I love going there and just talking to them and sharing some words of hope with them. And I always learn much more from them than they do from me. But we've been reading in the daily Mass from the book of Deuteronomy, the Old Testament book that is basically the farewell address that Moses gives to his people before they go into the promised land and he passes on into the next life. And the emphasis is so powerfully on remembering, to remember the Lord their God, remember what God has done for you, remember God's laws and his ordinances and his statutes, remember the favor that God showed upon you, remember what God has done, remember. And indeed, the rest of the Hebrew scriptures show what happens when people forget. Because that was the pattern that God's people experienced. They would forget about God, and then they would wind up in deep, deep trouble, even being conquered by other nations and carted off into captivity because they forgot, first of all, who God is, and second, who they are, and third, what they are supposed to do. To keep God's laws and his ordinances and to pass them on to their children. You know, it's a very scary thing to see a country and people forget about God because all sorts of other forces begin to get involved in their lives and lead them into a very dark and scary place. So our challenge and our joy and our honor is to remember who we are and remember who God is. Remember, he is the Lord your God and he loves you. And you are to love him in return with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And along with that, to love your neighbor as you love yourself. Our God is a loving, compassionate, kind God. And when we forget that, we get in trouble really fast. So the saying for today is, remember who you are. Remember that you're precious. Keep your memory intact, and even when our earthly memories fade, God still remembers who we are. So you have a blessed day today, and God willing, Dot and I will see you here again tomorrow. God bless you.